A massive update has hit the public test branch for Path of Titans, an update that's very big for the game. I've already covered the majority of the dinosaur abilities, which you can check out in this video here, but today we're talking about everything else in this update, so let's check it out. Speaking of dinosaurs, we're actually going to start with the general dinosaur changes because I didn't actually talk about them in my previous video. That one was left for the specific dinosaur changes, so here's the general stuff. Updated all the base multipliers for dinosaurs to fix up any outliers or inconsistencies, such as subadult corpses decaying slower than adult corpses, baby dinosaurs having lower hunger amounts, and many other small issues. Updated many dinosaurs subspecies stats bonuses to make them more beneficial to their playstyle, such as increased jump height, bone break damage, stamina recovery, and more. The affected dinosaurs I'm actually going to showcase and talk about after this section. They've added stumble animations to most dinosaurs when they get knocked back, except for Velocci and Tyrannosaurus. They've fixed an issue where jump stamina costs were inconsistent across all dinosaurs and often drained too much stamina based on their growth stage. Stamina is now more accurate to the player's species and growth stage. They fixed an issue where debuffs would linger after playables died, maintaining buffs for all dinosaurs with certain passives. And they've added a new armor piercing damage type, which ignores armor, currently implemented on Daspletosaurus' newest attack, and if you want to check that out, check out my previous video. Now, there's some general fixes for dinosaurs. They've fixed aquatics and semi-aquatics, being able to regen stamina while swimming quickly backwards. They've fixed Spino and Sarco swim subspecies stats, fixed Amaga and Lambio not starting with an attack ability equipped. Strong Legs ability now properly reduces knockback instead of increasing it. Fixed not being able to catch fish for Dinoceras Bite or Megalania Venom Bite. Fixed an issue where attacking an immune dinosaur, such as Home Cave Buff, God Mode, or in Home Cave or Tutorial Cave, with an attack that adds a self-applied effect based on damage inflicted, still applied that effect. Additionally, there are some changes as well to some dinosaurs' group slots and combat weight. So firstly, Kaiwekia has been buffed. Its combat weight has jumped by 1,000. It's going from 3,000 to 4,000. Metriacanthosaurus has been increased in its size. Metriacanthosaurus also has its combat weight buffed to 3,100, which is the same as Styracosaurus. It was previously 2,600. Metriacanthosaurus is now moved to take up 3 group slots rather than 2. Megalania now takes 2 group slots instead of 3. Stegosaurus is now taking up 4 group slots instead of 3. And Lambiosaurus HP was nerfed from 700 to 600. But let's check out all the subspecies changes in game as well. So we are in game, and that's because there are a lot of creatures that have gotten some updates to their subspecies. They've been updated, like on Alderon, for example. We're going to start with that one. Alderon has had updates to its subspecies, and we're going to go through every single one that has. For example, Itai is now plus 5% turning speed. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that one, I don't know how to, is plus 10% stamina recovery, and then Remotus is plus 25% jump height. However, there's more that gets this as well. Allosaurus doesn't, but Ceratosaurus does. Dentis sulcatus, I'm terrible with these pronunciations, is plus 10% stamina recovery. Nasocornis is plus 10% venom heal, and Magnocornis is plus 5% heal, which is interesting to note. We go to Concavinator, which Corcovatus is plus 5% bleed damage, Spinoturgus is plus 10% stamina recovery, and Carcharis is plus 10% swim speed. A lot of the other ones don't really have these changes, like Deinonychus, Kaiwekia, but Latanovenatrix has what I think are the best ones. Plus 10% damage at night for McMastery, Inequalis is plus 25% jump height, and Formosus is plus 10% stamina recovery, so it looks like if you want to go for that Night Hunter style, McMastery is the best one for you. For Megalania, Priscus does plus 5% extra land speed, Varius does plus 10% swim speed, and Tidy does plus 5% venom damage. Moving on here, we get some other ones. Metriacanthosaurus does not have any. Pycno has plus 10% stamina recovery for Nevesi. Taurinus gets plus 3% attack damage, and Imperator gets plus 15% attack knockback, which is also pretty neat. Sarcosuchus gets plus 3% attack damage with its standard subspecies. Polystribus gets plus 5% armor, and Hearty gets plus 10% swim speed. So this is actually changing everything from the minus defense plus speed and all that, but it just now changes it to a core stuff. For example, Spinosaurus aegypticus gets plus 5% land speed, Praxillus gets plus 10% swim speed, Shanxius gets plus 5% armor. That is pretty much the defense one from before. Suchomimus tenerensis gets plus 10% swim speed, Laparenti gets plus 5% land speed, and Anguilla gets plus 10% stamina recovery. So this one's speed or stamina rather than armor, so to say. Fowl doesn't get anything, Tyrannosaurus does. Tyrannosaurus Rex gets plus 25% knockback resistance, Beta gets plus 5% attack damage, sorry, is that 5%? No, it's 3%, and Sangius gets plus 10% bone break damage, and that's all of the carnivores. Now let's move to the herbivores. Albertoceratops, Nesmoi gets plus 10% stamina recovery, Taurus gets plus 5% armor. By the way, there's a really good cider called Taurus Cider. It's not an ad, I just tried their blood orange cider the other day and it was very nice. Anyways, Crinitus is plus 3% attack damage as well, and then we go back to the start. Amargasaurus has these changes too, which is interesting because Amargasaurus originally had different subspecies, but Kazui is plus 10% armor, Angulus is plus 25% attack knockback, spines cause bleed, Ceratus is plus 5% attack damage, spines cause bleed, and then we go back to Kazui. Then we go to Anno, which has plus 10% venom heal on Lambe, Obtunzi plus 5% armor, and of course finally we have plus 10% bone break damage. In fact, I'm pretty sure this one has already been in the game. This one actually hasn't changed. So we move on to the next ones. Camto has changes though. Dispar is plus 10% stamina recovery, Conditus is plus 25% jump height, and Lattice is plus 5% armor. Dinoceras gets none. Eotriceratops I believe does get some, but I'm not sure if these are previous. Plus 3% attack damage, bone break healing plus 10%, and plus 10% stamina recovery. These aren't listed in the list in the patch, so I'm not sure if these had it before. They probably did. You could probably correct me in the comments. Iguanodon has nothing here. Kentro does. Now, is Kentro one of the new ones? Yes, it is. So, Epicus gets plus 5% bleed damage, plus 10% stamina recovery for Multiscornus, and then finally for Parvus Spectrum is plus 3 times spikes bleed or something like that. Lambeosaurus has a plus 20% faster cooldowns on Porkidons, and then Lambe plus 10% swim speed, and Magna Cristatus is plus 10% stamina recovery. I know I'm mispronouncing all of these, so do bear that in mind as well. Pachycephalosaurus Wyomensis gets plus 15% attack knockback, Hogwartsia gets plus 5% run speed, and finally Spinifer gets plus 3% attack damage. Stegosaurus gets Stenops plus 3% attack damage, Ungulatus gets plus 5% bleed, and Sulcatus gets plus 5% health. Struthio gets plus 2 times acceleration speed for Altus, Plumus gets 10% plus stamina recovery, and Calvitius gets plus 5% run speed. Albertoceratops gets plus 2 times thrill damage, plus 10% stamina recovery, and plus 3% attack damage. Now, I think Styracosaurus actually did have this previously. I do remember someone talking about this in the past, but I think this one is one that's been the case before. Then we go back to the start, and that's all the subspecies changes for the dinosaurs within Path of Titans. Now, some that I've listed probably had it before, but yeah, that's all of the new ones. Let me know what you think and which one you like the most. Community servers have received a large swathe of content. It seems some of this is to help server performance a lot, so here's the list. They've updated the anti-cheat server list icon to make it clear which servers are or aren't running anti-cheat. Added user-friendly content patch message boxes. Also added the ability to auto-join servers after updating to a required content patch. Fixed server IP and server ports not working in server detail panels. And added the server's game version version number. Added new server setting, B server combat timer applies to group to specify if the combat timer applies to a whole group. More information can be found on the community server wiki regarding that one. The block ability is now set to respect God mode, so it doesn't drain stamina. The admin character is now invisible by default, and a fix for crash when using /complete quest with a hunt critter quest and being at the reward cap. There are also some admin stuff that has been updated, so let's talk about them as well. Admin panel can now pause server time of day and current weather, which is really cool. So essentially, you can literally pause the weather and the time of day for the whole server, which is really neat. Species names now can appear below username in admin panel when species info is checked. Platform icons are now visible in the player list on the admin panel, and added an invisible indicator when admins are hidden in spectator mode, and also added a hide replication option when in spectator mode that makes the admin completely invisible to all other players on the server. That essentially means that when you're in spectator mode and you have hide replication on, that means even your name is invisible, so people won't be able to see you on the server at all, so you can do your admin work while sneakily being, well, hidden, so to say, but only in spectator mode, so bear that in mind. The Gondwa map has got some updates as well, and here they are. They've updated the distance landscapes for Gondwa map. They should reflect the recent map changes now. They've added missing group quests to Birchwoods, fixed a small river missing physics and update underwater effects, tweaked spawning locations so baby dinosaurs can spawn in more varied places, tint set to default for Green Valley and Grinding Plains so they aren't intensely green, and the fixed interactive water effects not working on water types on the Gondwa map. Now, I like how they changed Green Valley and Grand Plains so it's not too green, but I didn't even think it was green at all. In fact, the thing that's too green is Sharptooth Marsh. That's exceptionally green, but I didn't think the other ones were too green. Birchwoods as well is also very green too, but I mean, maybe that's just the area it's in. Now, there are a lot of general fixes, and I think it's better to just go over a handful of them, and I'll have the whole list on the screen so you can pause it and read it and check it out. Now, these ones are my favourite ones, the ones that I've picked pretty much by hand, because I want to leave some time to talk about and showcase the next and final thing in this video, which I'm personally most excited for. Anyway, so, social menus, waystone menu, and the map now close automatically when a player takes damage. Character preview when editing a character in the character select screen is now in the adult stage to be more easily see skin edits and customization. Added handling of dinosaurs walking over unloaded terrain. It will now unload the dinosaur before loading back in once terrain is fully loaded, similar to logging out and back in. Added jump button association for swim up and down actions. Group quests now enter fail timer if leadership is transferred to member outside of point of interest. Update the quest description to display home cave decoration rewards in the quest menu. Updated waystone restored delivery areas to be larger and easier to deliver into. Fixed quest rewards not saving completely or correctly when logging out and back in, and melons now apply a first heal when swallowed. There's a lot more updates, general fixes here, but I just wanted to keep this as short as possible because the next part I wanted some time for us to sink our teeth into, otherwise this will be a very long video. The final part is music, and this is what I'm most excited for. In the previous dev blog, they spoke about a music overhaul coming to the game, and it's now showing signs of coming to the game. They've added music to Gondwa and Pandora maps. This includes combat music that increases in intensity as combat continues. They've updated the main menu music, added tutorial cave, home cave, and character creation music, and music volume can be adjusted in the audio section of the settings menu. And now we can sit back and show them off because I've been able to secure some of them from a good friend who's been able to source them for me. So sit back, have a listen, and let me know what you think of the new music. I'll hopefully be able to put what they are if I can get what they are, but it's music. It's not going to be the full length, but it's going to be some of it. So enjoy it and let me know what you think.